Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is protein intake. Now, this is always the most important thing that we focus on in terms of our nutrition. Why protein more than overall calories? Well, because if you hit your protein intake, sticking to your overall calories is going to be so much easier. Whereas if you focus on hitting your overall calories first, you don't get that same carryover. So the target that has been set for you in the app, it is imperative that you hit that protein target, okay? By hook or by crook, you have to hit that target. If it's 150, 180, 200 grams of protein per day, whatever your target is, that should be your first focus. It is going to help us to build muscle and preserve lean muscle mass, especially in a diet phase, especially in an aggressive dieting phase. It's going to reduce our appetite significantly, reduce our hungers, our cravings. People who have been habitual cravers their whole life find that these cravings often subside completely when they hit a reasonable protein target every single day. So, how do you hit it? What you want to do is, first of all, look at your target for the day. So if your target's 200 grams for the day, and you're having 4 meals, very very easy, 50 grams per meal. That's how you're looking, like in terms of how you could potentially spread it around. Then that would be an easy way to do it. But the first thing you want to look at for most people, if you hit 40 grams of protein per meal, you're going to hit your target for the day. It's very very simple stuff here. So we're looking. You can add a protein shake in, some Greek yogurt, eggs or egg whites, lean meats. Every time you eat, you should be able to recognise where the protein serving is in that meal. If you do not have a protein serving in that meal, then it is not a complete meal. And if you know anything about me, when people talk about, snacks, high protein snacks, low calorie snacks, all these different things, like, just make the main meals bigger. And then you don't have to worry about snacks. You'll have no appetite for a snack because it's not the main meals that causes people to get fat. It's the snacking. So rather than looking for all these different expensive gimmicks in terms of snacking ideas, if you just make those main meals big enough, you won't want to snack, and you'll catch yourself going in the cupboard out of a habitual nature, and you'll go, oh, hang on a minute, why am I even here? That I'm not even hungry, and you recognise that, and you can break that habit. For some people, that has been a lifelong habit, so this is incredibly important. And the common kind of pitfalls to avoid, people thinking they eat one chicken breast for lunch, and then that's going to cover the day. It just doesn't do it. Like, every single meal you need to have a protein serving. Every single time you eat, where is the protein coming from in that meal? Ask yourself that question. And how I find works really well for people is a high protein breakfast, like a really 50, 60 grams of protein first thing in the morning is just going to set you up for success. People who start their day with like 10, 15 grams of protein just struggle. You're hungry by 9 o'clock. You've eaten at 7, you're hungry again at 9. If you get 50, 60 grams of protein, especially with some complex carbs and even some healthy fats to slow down gastric emptying in the morning, and I've got plenty of meal examples of what that looks like, you are absolutely stuffed into at least lunchtime, sometimes mid-afternoon. So whatever it takes, you have to hit that protein target. There is no, but this or but that. You have to hit it. If you want your outcomes to change, if you want to reach your full potential, if your goals are truly that important to you, you won't make excuses. You'll just find a way to hit it.